First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Welcome to WUFT News First at 5. I'm Ophelie Jacobson.
And I'm Kendall Brandt. Thanks for joining us.
The Alachua County Commission will protect a Newberry green space.
WUFT's Emma Behrmann tells us how Newberry residents are reacting nearly 3 years of anticipation.
People gathered at the County Commission meeting yesterday to share their opinions on the West End property. Alachua County Commissioners voted 4-1 to keep West End recreational, canceling development plans from J. Brown Professional Group. This area was a golf course until it closed in 2019. Left unattended, it became overgrown, and residents want to clean it up and use it as a community space. After years of looming housing development plans and protests against them, supporters of a West End recreation area are celebrating. This decision confirms 70 homes will not replace the community centerpiece.
Thanks, Emma. Developing news, the City of Gainesville is canceling a special meeting this evening to discuss police canine operations. The GPD teams and their practices are in spotlight because of the Terrell Bradley case.
Get the dog, bro! Get the dog! Oh, get the dog! Get the dog!
He's the Gainesville man who was mauled by a police dog when he was captured after running away from a police stop. He ended up losing an eye. GPD defended the arrest despite some officers being disciplined for privately celebrating the takedown. The special meeting was supposed to start at 5:30. We don't yet know why it was canceled or when it will be rescheduled. Well, Kendall, it's been really cloudy today. I hope it doesn't rain tonight.
I really hope so that it really doesn't either, but WFT's Shawn Humphrey joins us now from the weather studio with tonight's forecast.
Well, those hopes might be unfounded. There's a good chance for scattered showers tonight. If we take a look at our storm tracker, we'll see most of the action to our southeast right now. But if you take a look into the future, I got a crystal ball. All of these showers going to our southeast, but overnight you'll see scattered showers throughout Alachua County. The southeastern and the eastern part of the county seeing most of the action. Not a high chance, but a slight chance. And this evening in Gainesville, we'll see scattered storms, scattered storms, scattered storms. So if you have 3 wishes, if at least 2 of them are for scattered storms, you might want to thank your genie. I got a chance to visit Flagler Beach last week. Their pier was damaged heavily after Hurricane Ian. Even though most of the impacts were in the southwest part of Florida, nothing in the state of Florida was spared. A popular tourist attraction and local icon, the Flagler Beach Pier has been standing in the same spot for generations. But residents could soon see some concrete changes after the structure was damaged during Hurricane Ian.
It's sad. I think they lost about 165 feet. They're not open right now, and that is sad to not see people walk past our door every day.
Crystal Nobry said business at the Funky Pelican has been slow since the storm. The pier itself has been closed, a tough sight for Flagler Beach residents.
When it's open and it's full of life, right now it's a little devastating. It's kind of heart-wrenching for those of us that live here and work here. It's devastating.
The pier lost over 100 feet of structure during Hurricane Ian. A dive team was working on site to salvage debris underwater. At nearby Flagler Beach First Baptist Church, Pastor Chet Thomas lamented at the pier's inevitable switch to concrete.
If you walked out there, you could see different planks where people had friends and family members that had passed away engraved on them. And of course, those are going to be gone. There's a lot of kids that caught their first fish out there. There's a lot of people that they caught the biggest fish they ever caught out there, because I've seen some good-sized fish caught off the end of that pier. And I know there are plans on building a new pier with concrete pilings, and that certainly makes plenty of sense, because a concrete-based pier would be able to withstand the storms that a wooden pier could not. But those wooden piers have so much character to them and so much personality.
The pier is expected to be demolished and replaced with a more sturdy concrete structure. Flagler Beach officials have not decided whether it will reopen before its demolition. As of right now, it is closed, but the beaches it sits on are still open.
Shawn, those were just some shocking images. I mean, it's really incredible to see the impact that Hurricane Ian had on the East Coast.
I mean, especially since it first made landfall on the West,
And speaking of the West Coast, we've seen dozens of stories of Ian's aftermath, from heart-wrenching to heartwarming. Kendall, 5 WUFT journalists, and I put together a half-hour look at the immediate Florida impact. Hurricane Ian, the aftermath, will air this Friday at 9 p.m. right here on WUFT-TV. You won't want to miss it.
A Florida grandpa is facing charges after allegedly leaving his granddaughter in the back seat of a rental car. David Towner appeared before a judge in Volusia County Tuesday on one charge of child neglect. The 62-year-old left a toddler in the backseat of a returned Hearst rental car in 80-degree weather for about 45 minutes. Deputies were called to the rental car lot in Daytona Beach International Airport Monday after employees found the girl in one of the vehicles. Towner was babysitting his granddaughter for the day.
Well, flu season is on the rise, and so are the cases. WUFT's Kennedy Mason spoke to a local pediatrician today to find out what people can be doing to avoid getting sick. Kennedy?
Yeah, Ophelia, I went to Benton Pediatric and spoke to Dr. Charles Powers. He gave me some tips and tricks for parents to keep their little ones healthy this flu season.
3-year-old Raya Laguerre has a cough right now.
We're sharing germs a little bit more than we were.
Her mom, Autumn, is making sure that cough doesn't get worse and turn into something like the flu. Visits for this current flu season have increased for children aged 4 and up. However, national reports show over the last 2 years, healthcare workers have not seen as many cases.
We were quarantined for a while, and then kids were, not all kids, but they did wear masks at school a lot more last year.
While masks are coming down, flu cases are coming up. According to the CDC, more than 1,000 cases have been reported on October 1st across the U.S. Now we're going to head inside to Benton Pediatrics to hear how we can stay safe and healthy this flu season.
The way that virus interacts with the human body, it just is true that in young children, it has a higher risk of being severe.
Autumn is taking preventative measures to protect her and her daughter from the flu.
We tend to do lots of vitamins and hydration, and it's mostly nutrition.
Pediatrician Charles Powers says that while vitamins help, the biggest preventative measure, soap and water.
You want to be obviously cleaning your hands, whether it's soap or hand sanitizer. You want to not be near someone who has the flu and is coughing. Now, of course, you don't know who has the flu, but as much as you're able to, you want to avoid being in that kind of situation.
As for Raya and Autumn, they will continue to enjoy the outdoors and places like Hogtown Creek Headwaters Nature Park to get fresh air and build up that immune system.
That was Kennedy Mason reporting for WUFT News. Thank you, Kennedy. Jury discussions begin today in the penalty trial of the Parkland school shooter. Nicholas Cruz murdered 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018. Cruz pleaded guilty to first-degree murder last October. The 12-person jury will discuss whether he will be sentenced to death or life in prison. The jury must vote unanimously for Cruz to get the death penalty. Jurors will be locked into the courthouse while they review evidence from the case. The judge advised jurors to bring a change of clothes for 2 days.
The Biden administration is weighing in on former President Donald Trump's appeal for a special master. The Biden administration is asking the Supreme Court to turn down Trump's request to give documents to an independent special master for review. A federal court's appeal judge halted the special master's access in a decision in September. Today, the Solicitor General said Trump would not suffer any harm if the documents are temporarily kept from the special master. The Supreme Court is expected to make a decision at any time.
Try to stay healthy because spooky season is in full swing right here in North Central Florida.
That's right, I'm so excited. And local businesses are bringing the screams to Gainesville. More on a new local attraction after the break.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Welcome back. Gainesville has a new haunted house destination with Halloween right around the corner. The Gainesville Fear Garden is not your typical haunted house experience. After signing a waiver, participants are given a set of wireless headphones and lab safety goggles to wear inside the tent. Most of the experience is through audio and virtual reality because it's pitch black inside. Gainesville Fear Garden owner Ken Swan spends hours daily at the venue and has even slept there overnight on multiple occasions.
some people have a lot of fun. Like sometimes I'll run the groups through and like the screams and the laughs are like, they make the whole thing worth it. Like that is as transcendent an experience as I can have for Halloween, is watching people get scared and laugh because of something that I did.
Gainesville Fear Garden is located at 220 Northwest 8th Avenue. It will remain open on select nights through Halloween.
Listen to this, a fitness franchise is helping the North Central Florida community through fundraising. Cycle Bar, an indoor cycling gym, established a virtual platform to connect with charities and set up fundraisers. Through the Cycle Bar website, charities can pitch ideas for future fundraisers. The gym is hosting a clothing drive that will be benefiting four-legged friends.
People can come in and bring their gently used workout clothes, and then we are going to resell them, and all the proceeds we get from reselling them will be donated to local animal rescues.
This program has no set end date, but residents are able to still participate. More information about Cycle Bar's upcoming fundraisers can be found on the company website.
A new partnership between two Florida universities gives students new opportunities to get a nursing degree. UF is teaming up with Edward Waters University to build an official pathway for potential nursing students. The plan will allow up to 5 students from EWU to join the UF College of Nursing's BSN program. The opportunity will allow biology students to practice at UF's Jacksonville campus because EWU does not have a nursing program. EWU is Florida's first historically black college or university.
The Artemis 1 rocket is getting ready for blastoff once again. Set your calendars for November 14th when the Space Launch System rocket and the Orion spacecraft will lift off from Florida's Space Coast. NASA announced a new date after it missed multiple launch windows due to weather and technical issues. The rocket was rolled back into its hangar during Hurricane Ian and only sustained minor water intrusion during the storm. Backup launch opportunities are set for Wednesday, November 16th and Saturday, November 19th. Tune into WUFT News for full launch coverage.
Well, that chilly fall sweater weather we saw last week sure is gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the Florida heat and the humidity seem to be back at it again. WUFT's Shawn Humphrey has our weather forecast. Shawn, how is it looking out there?
Cloudy skies today, unlike what we've seen recently, but the sunshine will be back soon. More after the break.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
We're tracking storms across north central Florida, but they're not too severe. The southeast part of north central Florida is seeing most of the action. Alachua County staying dry most of the time, but as we head into tonight and tomorrow, we'll see a lot of scattered showers, especially as we get into tomorrow, Thursday. We'll see more rain than we've seen over these past couple of weeks, but that's okay because the sun is coming back out soon here in Alachua County. The humidity is the real issue. 71 degrees, the dew point in Gainesville. 74 in Jacksonville and St. Augustine, higher dew points along I-95. The I-75 corridor seeing 71 and 72 degree dew points, meaning it's going to be a bit muggy. You might not like it, but that's the way it's going to be. The hour-by-hour forecast tonight showing us scattered showers. Even though temperatures are dipping below 80, it's still going to be humid, and it's not going to be great stargazing weather either. I don't like it too much, but it's not my opinion that matters. What matters is that we are seeing overcast skies here on campus today. 85 degrees, but it feels like 88 degrees. Once again, that humidity, the main issue today and going into tomorrow. And we'll take a quick look at the tropics. Tropical storm Carl, not my friend, but hey, Carl with a K is a cool name if you ask me. This storm is moving north at 2 miles per hour, not expected to affect us at all. No other areas of development in the Atlantic Ocean. Hey, but tonight, mild and muggy weather. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I've said it again. Thursday morning lows, not that low, but hey, 71, 70 degrees. I'll take it personally. Once again, chances of rain throughout most of the day. And we're going to the highs for tomorrow as well. 84 degrees in Gainesville, 85 in Jacksonville. Slight breeze, slight chance of rain, isolated scattered showers once again. The 6-day outlook, it gets a little bit better. I told you it gets sunny. I told you it gets sunny. 83 degrees tomorrow, or 83 degrees Friday, the high, excuse me. And going into early next week, partly cloudy, but 76 degrees the high on Tuesday, meaning next week we're going back into those smooth fall weather temperatures. It's going to get easier to exist here in Gainesville.
That's great to hear, Shawn. Thank you for that weather forecast. Well, Florida Gators football has a big matchup with LSU this weekend. Kendall, will you be at the game?
I will be at the game in my Gator gear, and the Gators will be looking to get revenge against the LSU Tigers that they lost to last year.
WUFT's Cristina Santiago gets you ready for Saturday's showdown in the Swamp after the break.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Welcome back to sports. I'm Cristina Santiago. Gator football will host LSU this Saturday after enjoying a 24-17 homecoming win over the Missouri Tigers. LSU is coming off a humbling 40-13 home loss to number 8 Tennessee. Both Florida and LSU are now 4-2 overall. UF head coach Billy Napier says he's excited about the challenge.
We've got a ton of respect for Coach Kelly and the staff that he's put together. And again, it's a great opportunity for us to be back at home and play in the Swamp at night, and we look forward to it.
Florida leads the series by just one game, 33-32 with 3 ties. This sold-out matchup is scheduled for 7 p.m. on Saturday on ESPN. UF men's basketball continues to practice as they prepare for the upcoming season. Many changes have been made within the program with several new faces from all over the globe. Along with new transfers Alex Fudge and Kyle Lofton, 3 freshmen are joining the team this season. Meanwhile, German native Alex Simschik is new to America and grateful for the experience to play at UF.
I don't take it for granted, honestly. Even though that I'm here, getting asked questions by the media, I really appreciate that. I mean, we didn't have those stuff in Europe.
The Gators open their season on November 7th in the O-Dome against Stony Brook.
Thanks, Cristina. And before we go, one last check on the weather.
Thanks, guys. Slight chances of rain overnight heading into tomorrow, and over the afternoon tomorrow, we will see scattered showers throughout the day. And heading into our 6-day forecast, one final time, let me bow out gracefully. Look at this, 76 degrees heading into next week, but we'll have a few days of sunshine and humidity before that. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Shawn. BBC World News is next, and the PBS News Hour is coming up at 7.
But as you know, your Florida local news is always on at WUFT.org. Have a good night.